Right now, we will do some damage effect. So yeah, right now, our enemy can damage our player, and our health is decreasing. But we can also have some damage effect going on, so that our player will know that we are damaged. And it also will add some dynamic loop to our game. And most of 10 used things is that when the player gets damaged, screen goes red little bit. You probably saw it a lot of time, so I will teach you how to do it. First of all, what we need to do, we need to go in the canvas, right-click UI and let's select image. And let's call this one damage effect. Just like this, and we will stretch this damage effect too, all the way across the S screen. So let's go in these anchor points. Let's hold out and this last one. And right now this damage effect is just white image. In front of us, well, we don't want white image, we want red. So let's select color and let's make it red. Just like this, and obviously, we don't want to see that red screen when we play the game just like this. So if we select color, you see it has RGBA colors. And also it is set to from 0 to 1. Yours might be set in from 0 to 2. 55.5, but I recommend you to change it. And set this RGB2 from 0 to 1 because it will work better. So after you do this and we see this, we have this ALPA component. And ALPA is just how transparent is our image. Right now it's set to 1. And if we select this ALPA and drop it all the way down to the 0, you see we have now normal wheel. So by default our ALPA will sit on 0. And when our player gets damaged, we can just take this ALPA, while little bit just like this. And we will have this red image. And when after that we can drop it back. And we will have this kind of mechanics. So it means that to have these kind of mechanics, what we want to do, we want to basically play around with this ALPA Wally. Let's find the good number for the ALPA. I think 0.3 will call right. Okay, by default, let's change it and select 0 here. And now we will create new C# script. Let's call this one UI controller. And yeah, we will assign this UI controller to our canvas. Let it compile and then we will start working on it. So let's drag and drop in the canvas our UI controller, and let's double click to open in Visual Study. Now first of all we will need to reference to our damage effect, which is image. See seats the UI elements. We want to add up top using Unity Engine.ui. OK. Now let's get to reference. Let's say public image. And let's call this one damage effect. Also, we will need to have some ALPA value. So we will say public float. And let's call this one damage ALPA. Let's make it 0.3 by default. We can always change it later. Now what I will do, I will create one public function, public void, and let's call this one show damage. And here we should basically change color, because we will call this function when our player gets damaged. So change color, what we can do, we can say damage effect.color. And basically to change color, you should create new color for it. So we can say new color and let's open our brackets. Now, we can't simply say that. We only want to change the ALPA value. We also should consider other values, because we also had the RGB elements. So we can say, and we should leave RGB just like they are right now. So we can say damage effect. Where is damage effect? It is not called damage effects, yeah, cheese. damage. Oh, it's with the two M's. Why it's with the two M's? Okay, never mind. damage effect dot color dot a comma damage effect. Not a first one is Gil, obviously R. Damage effect. Dodge color dodge G comma damage effect dodge color. Dodge B comma, and now we are able to say our alpha value, which is damage alpha. Damage alpha, it's nothing really hard. Just to be careful to type it correctly with the dots and commas, so we are referring to RGB. We are leaving them unchanged, and we are only changing alpha wally. Okay, next step will be to show this damage, and call this function of when our player gets damaged. So which means that we should create Easterns. For the script, in order to use the show damage in other scripts, so we can say public static UI controller and Easterns. And let's create our wig function, and we can say Easterns equals this. After that, let's save the script. And I think we are getting damaged in the player health script. Of course, so let's open player health. And here, after we are getting damaged, we can say a controller dot instance dot show damage. And now let's say script. And let's go back to Unity. Let's check if everything is working. And well, we should assign few things. So let's go in Canvas. Let's scroll down, we need damage effect. So I will drag damage effect right here. Now let's hit play, and let's see if our screen goes red when we get damage. Yeah, indeed our screen goes red. Problem is that once it goes red, it never comes back to normal state. And that's not exactly what we want. We want smooth transition between those colors. So let's stop playing, let's open our UI controller. And I will add one more float, wearable public float. And let's call this one damage fade speed. And well, let's leave it like this. And now let's scroll down. And in the update, we will check if damage effect .color.a is not 0. It means that our screen is red at that moment. So it means that we should basically make it back to normal state. So what we can do, we can just copy this line, paste it here, and instead of damage alpha, we can say 0 and it will work. But what we can do to this mechanic to look better, we can smoothly transition from red to normal state. And for that, I will delete the O. And instead, I will use a mafif. Don't move towards. And this move towards allows us to move towards second elements very smoothly and slow. And in order everything to work, let's open the brackets here. After move towards, and we can say from where to where we are transitioning. We are transitioning from the damage effect .call .a comma to 0, so we will say 0 here. And also to have some speeds, we will use damage fade speed that we created. And we will multiply to time, till the time for even more smooth movement. And we need here one more closing bracket. And that's pretty much it. Now we can save the script. And we should give damage fades with some value in the inspector. And well, I don't know. Let's select the canvas. And let's make this value to be 0.4. For example, we can always play you with these numbers basically. So let's see first of all. Yeah, we are damaged and we are back. Yeah, I think 0.4 looks fine. Let's get damage with the ball. Yeah, I think yeah. Let's kill this one for a moment. Yeah, we are slowly going back very smoothly. Yeah, I like that's pretty much it. How you can create simple damage effect for your game. So we can save the scene. I'll end this video over here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any new videos. See you in the next videos.